Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. Today I've got a concept video for you, and it's a really much talked about, kind of controversial subject actually, regarding separation and how painful it can feel. So I'm going to just start by saying I hope everyone is well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're doing deep belly breathing if you need to. I hope you're reaching out to friends or family or, anyone or anything that's not toxic that can help you at this time if you're going through a hard time. Okay, a lot of people have been going through a difficult time, and so I want us to all put our wishes in here just to before I start the video. So anything that you wish, you can put in here, as long as it's not toxic, because it won't allow any toxic wishes. So all those dick pic requests, I don't know, is that toxic? I don't know, you decide. You can decide what's toxic and what's not. Okay, but whatever's for your highest good, shall we say it like that? Now put it, hang on, we have it. You're still going? You're still thinking about it? All right, well, you could pause the video if you need to and put your wishes in here, and then we'll close it up. Okay, and then I don't know, what do? We can, I don't know, just grab onto it and hold onto it and wish and pray and hope and manifest together. All right, we'll kiss it, and all your wishes are in there until the next time we do some wishes and make some wishes. Now, a quick update on Harry. He's still Christmas shopping. He doesn't know what to get for Charlotte. He's been contacting me telepathically and I've been not helping him at all, because I think it's hilarious that he doesn't know what to get for her, because she's been hinting about a ring. She's been singing that Beyonce song, if you like it then you better put a ring on it, and he still doesn't know what to get her, so I think it's quite funny. Anyway, let's get into never mind my antics here, but let's get into the concept video today. Lately I'm guided to drink more water. I don't know if you guys are or not, but that's also a message coming through. So we're going to get drawings today, so this should be fun. Alrighty, so have you all seen this big sign on the way to somewhere when you're driving? Maybe you have it in your location, or maybe you don't. But it's the big M. There we go. And I don't know. It's funny because if you drive past the big M, aka McDonald's, if you're really, really hungry, it's like there's something that pulls you there. You can't explain it. It's kind of like a magnet or a tractor beam, and you kind of know it's bad for you, but you really, really want it anyway. You know what I mean? So, you know there's lots of calories, and you perhaps even know that, it's processed food, most of it. And so, but you still just have that yearning, this hunger. Okay, so we've got this hunger going on. Okay. And in the twin flame journey, that that starving hunger for communication from your twin flame can be enormous. It's like on your way there, maybe there's only a kilometer to go, and you're going to be at the big M, but you kind of think, I don't just want a burger, I want 5 burgers and I don't know how many lots of fries and a soda and then dessert, and you know, it's like you're just starving for it all, and yet it's not really going to give your body as much nutrition as it probably should have, right? You know, if you made a soup or a stew or a casserole or something like that, right? But when you see that sign in the distance, or that excuse me, my throat chakra is going crazy, divine masculine is trying to come through this channeling, this concept video. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it's like a hunger that you want to satisfy. And of course, the big M is your divine masculine. He's the big M. Alright, so maybe some of your twin flames' names start with an M, or there's an M in their name. That might be a synchronicity for you. But as you long for the big M, your aka your divine masculine, the further away they seem to be, or the longer it takes for them to come in to you, the hungrier you get. So in this hunger, as you're waiting, I don't know, let's say for some of you it's 1.3 miles to the next McDonald's, okay? And you think, well, I can handle 1.3 miles because, you know, in minutes that's not going to take very long. But for some of you it's 13 miles, and you're thinking, wow, that's a really long time. I don't know, perhaps that translates into a week, you know, in real time of separation. For some of you it's 130 miles, maybe it's years since you've heard from them, months or years. And it's like the longer and longer and longer it seems to be to get to the McDonald's, the worse it gets, the more the hunger goes crazy within you, right? But what I want to talk to you about today is that as you're waiting for that signpost to get, you know, from where the signpost is to the McDonald's, aka your divine masculine, as you wait for the separation to end and you come together, whether that's a phone call or a text or whatever it's going to be, sometimes you can come together and you know it's kind of not right. And I'll tell you why it's not right. Because this is so weird. I know this metaphor is really weird, but I just want you to understand it a little bit better. So as you're in the waiting period, right, as you're driving, let's say it's 13 miles to the nearest McDonald's, you already know it's bad for you, number one. You already know that perhaps you're not really even ready for McDonald's right now. Like, you know, you had a bit of a, I don't know, a sore tummy the other day and you really shouldn't be eating it or something like that, right? But as you're driving the 13 miles, you look down and in your car you can see a beautiful chicken salad that grandma prepared for you. I don't know, let's say you're driving from grandma's house. Let's just make up a new story, right? And it's got all the goodness in it, all the love, all the nutrition. And that might be a metaphor for someone else in your life that's trying to love you. You know, that karmic or that friend. But you kind of put it to the side and you go, no. McDonald's is only 13 miles away, okay? So some of you will push away the love that's around you already. Some of you will push away the friends or family that might be trying to contact you or be in contact with you regularly. because you're just so excited to get to the McDonald's, aka your twin flame. But the problem with this is if you aren't satiated already by the time you get to McDonald's, you're going to devour you're going to devour the McDonald's, right? You're going to devour your twin flame in some kind of way. So maybe in a toxic way, when they finally come in, you're going to say, I've been waiting so long for you. I was so hungry for you. You know, why weren't you there sooner? Why weren't you only 1.3 miles away? Why were you 13 miles away? And so as you closer and closer and closer and you finally get to the destination that you think you need, you're kind of not in the right mindset to have this wonderful experience. And sometimes you might come together with your twin flame and, you know, eat that burger, eat that burger like it's your twin flame, right? And you can have a wow of a time. But then what will happen is, because you've feasted on this rare specimen that seems so intangible, like at one time, let me just backtrack a little bit, but when you first met your twin flame, you would have seen more signposts. They would have been coming in more often, that bubble love phase, and there's McDonald's everywhere, and you can kind of, you can have a little bite here and a little bite there and a little bite here and a little bite there. And then all of a sudden the separation happens and you go, oh my God, now there's no McDonald's. Like, where have they all gone? They've taken them away. So that's kind of how it can feel. At first you were just driving 1.3 miles and that was cool. And then it was 13 miles and now it's like 1,333 miles and you're thinking, wow, I don't know if I can do this. And so what happens is, the longer and longer the separation gets, we either choose to satiate ourselves with like grandma's home cooking, or we can go to the vending machine on the way and buy some snacks that aren't good for us. Some Skittles and some candy and, all that stuff, soda and all of that other yucky stuff, just to satiate ourselves, to make do. And so this metaphor for the soul longs to be satiated, but it's kind of not what you need at the moment. And sometimes you know it in your heart that, you're not really ready to come back to them because you've got some more stuff to deal with. Because you need to realize that grandma's cooking is also a part of your journey, a part of the love. And anything toxic in your life might be that candy and that soda and that yucky stuff that you've still got sitting in your car that needs to go first. And so I guess my Urgent Twin Flames video, which I made yesterday, kind of ties into this. But what happens is that if we know when they're coming in to talk with us, if we know that the separation is only 1.3 miles away, which, might be a day or two away. I don't know, I'm getting that Annie song, you're only a day away. The sun will come out tomorrow. It's only a day away. You know that you can last that distance. But as it stretches longer and longer and longer, you start reaching for the toxic stuff again. You start becoming bitter. You start thinking, well, this isn't for me. Because the separation feels very lonely. That long drive to the McDonald's feels extremely lonely. Imagine if it's out in the middle of the desert and it says, 1,333 miles to the next McDonald's. That's a lonely road. Okay. And for many twin flames, they feel very alone, especially the divine feminine. The divine masculine doesn't seem to talk about it as much, but the divine feminine feels very alone. So there's kind of this expectation that if you knew when it was coming, at least if you knew when the communication was coming, you would be able to at least cope. You could say, well, yeah, I could enjoy grandma's cooking until then. I could love myself enough to feed and nurture myself until I get to the McDonald's, aka your twin flame. But as these miles stretch longer and longer, and you don't know when your twin flame's coming in, that's when the heart chakra can close off. You know, because when they finally do come in, the first thing you want to say to them is, well, where have you been? You know, have you been to London? Did you go to Madagascar? Was it fun there? You know? And so it's really interesting how we close off the heart and ignore grandma's cooking, ignoring the love around us, or even our self-love. Ignore that, and go for the toxic Skittles and the lollies and other things while we're waiting, because we go, well, if they're not coming in, they mustn't love me. If they're not talking to me, I must have done something wrong. And so we put all this attachment onto it. But really, it's just that we need to keep driving. You know, you don't ignore the road when you're driving, right? You know that it might be a little bit lonely if you're in the car by yourself, but you can put the music on. Maybe you can have a little bit of a dance. Maybe you can, I don't know if you can draw a drawing while you're driving. Don't ever do that, but you know what I mean. You can listen to an audiobook, perhaps. You can do other things that complement you, rather than being in this suffering, rather than you know, looking to the right of the car and downing all this toxic candy and soda and stuff, because you know, you might say to yourself, well, I'm not coping, knowing that they're never coming in again. So the message here is that you need to be okay. You need to be okay regardless of whether they come in or not. So pretend just for a moment that the sign says the nearest McDonald's. Wow, my throat chakra's going crazy right now. Your divine masculine may be coming in with a message soon. My throat chakra's going crazy. As you try and get to the next McDonald's, imagine the next signpost that comes up says the nearest McDonald's is the next planet away, right? And you don't have a spaceship, and you don't know how to get there. But the one thing you do have is faith that somehow your journey will end up bringing you to the McDonald's, aka your twin flame. Not that they're toxic, but I'm just, you know, I use McDonald's as a metaphor because number one, there's a few people with M in your name or their name, and number two, because McDonald's kind of, if you're starving hungry, it will make you feel amazing when you eat it, even if it's not really good for you. So I want you to understand that as you wait for the next McDonald's, whenever that may be, it may be a day, a week, a month, a year, the next communication with your twin flame, you need to be okay within yourself. That's the most important message here, is that you still need to have grandma's cooking around you, or some kind of support system around you, so that you feel loved and not alone. You know, maybe maybe you can call a friend. Maybe you can reach out to me if you feel guided, if you need more help. Maybe you can do a prayer or a meditation, some yoga, or add some wonderful things to your life that make you feel better. But we can't have this closing off of the heart chakra and being bitter, and then when they come in, opening it, and then closing it and opening it, and closing it and opening it, because it's really unhealthy and it's really toxic. The twin flame journey is about unconditionally loving the self and unconditionally loving your counterpart. So no matter what they're doing or not doing, right, you love them unconditionally. And as you learn to love yourself and become balanced and feel better within yourself, knowing that you have the tools to survive, even if, you know, McDonald's is on the other planet, another planet, let's say, that you can be okay. Okay, so this detachment is necessary, but it's a detachment without feeling bitterness. A detachment without saying, well, I hate them, they never come in, they don't care about me, they don't love me, they don't this, they don't that, because then it's conditional, which is what a 3D relationship is all about, is having conditions. So maybe when they do come in, maybe when you finally reach that McDonald's destination, you can sit down with them if you are in person, or you can speak with them over the phone or by text and say, you know, this is what I need, or that I'd like to happen if we're going to continue on. You know, I would like us to talk to one another every couple of days, or at least once a week, or at least, you know, what's a good time for you? Can we make it Thursday nights at 7 p.m? You know what I mean? So then you both are on the same page. You're both ordering the chicken nuggets, and you know that you're getting chicken nuggets. It's not one person ordering French fries and the other person wanting the burger, and it doesn't, I mean, it meshes kind of, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? You want to be on the same page. And to be on the same page, there needs to be communication either in 5D or 3D. So, you know, when you finally get to the McDonald's, they finally come back in, say hi, be nice, have your heart chakra open, and then say, for this to continue between us, I need this. Is that okay with you? What do you need? So then it's an equal footing. You're both ordering the chicken nuggets. You both know what you're getting. Okay, you need to be on the same page. You need to be on the same menu board. Okay, and they might say, well, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. is not good for me, but Fridays at 2 p.m. works for me. Is that okay? You know what I mean? So you can compromise. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Charlotte says hi. She says, can you help me manifest a wedding ring? Because Harry's got no clue what he's doing. Look at her face. You're always pissed off, aren't you? This is the divine feminine when she knows that the McDonald's is on the other planet. This is what we're trying to stop. Don't be bitter. Don't be upset. You know, surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with people, places and situations that feel loving to you, so that even if your divine masculine is literally on another planet, which it can seem like sometimes, it won't matter. You'll still be fine. You'll still be singing, you'll still be dancing, you'll still be doing your artwork or whatever you do as part of your joyous day. Okay? And then you need to stay in that state as much as possible. Go from joyful moment to joyful moment to joyful moment to joyful moment, enjoying grandma's cooking, enjoying Aunt Bessie's cooking, enjoying your best friend's cooking, enjoying your own cooking, being a metaphor for happiness. Okay. I think that's enough for today. I'm going to put this under Twin Flame concept videos. I hope you understand it. If not, you can tell me I'm crazy down in the comments, and that'll be fun too. All right, I love you all very much. Remember, this Twin Flame journey is a journey back to the self, and the union part of it is the bonus at the end. Okay, so mwah, I'm sending you lots of love and peace from Australia. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are. If you need my help, all of my info is down in the description box below. All my courses are available in modules, and I will be doing readings over the Christmas period if you need me. Okay, bye for now. Bye.